we normally do, take a look at your word problem on page 8 and figure out what each part represents. All right, do that on your own right now. I'll call on you in about a minute or two. Read it carefully and think through it. Okay, let's begin. $1,200 represents what? Remember, it's pieces of puzzle pieces that we've got to put together. Tim Trolli, what do you have? How many say part? Good, you're getting the hang of it, but watch what I'm going to do to make it a little bit more clear. That part is still going to represent the cost of TV before tax. Because when you add that tax, that's technically the whole. So just add this little wording in here to kind of help you, because then it's going to make it even easier to place it into the template, as you'll say. What about 102? NOS. Obviously part, because it's even smaller than 1,200. Remember that our whole has to be the greatest dollar amount and greatest percentage part, or the greatest percent amount. And that's representing the tax dollars. Okay? Add that wording as well, because it just becomes easier. And then what are they asking us to find? Percent. Correct. And in parentheses for that, I want you to add the tax percent. Now you take a look at your reference tables, right? Which one of the three that I gave to you are you going to use? Chris. Right, which is the first one. The second one, sorry. So you got to copy it down, word for word, as the way I have it written. I don't want you to do it right on this sheet. You can use this over and over again. So I'm just going to recopy it. And that's what it looks like when it's done. I'm going to get rid of this 8 here. So everything's set up. Let's decide where the pieces go now. 1,200, who wants to come up and put it in? Nick Mathis. Do it in red, bud. Okay, step aside so everybody can see. Agree or disagree? Raise your hand if you agree. We're good. Okay, if you get lost in that, go back and look at it, what it was. It definitely was a part. It's definitely money. It's the cost of the TV before tax. So this is the total before the tax. Remember that the greatest amount, the greatest number, has to be in this last row, first column. What about 102? Steve, you want to come up? Agree or disagree? Agree, we're good, up and running. We can fill out, without even doing any calculations yet for division or multiplication, we can figure out 2 more additional boxes or additional cells. JFR, which one do you want to do? Alright, put it in. your template kind of helps you. It tells you where it always goes based on the template that you're using.
I mean, not 102.
Agree or disagree? Uh-oh. Go back and look at your template because it tells you where it always goes. Take a look at your template because I'm going to have you come up and do it again. You want to drag it over? I don't know if it's drag it with you. See if it will. So drag it. Drag the other piece. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we got it. Right,
That.
it always goes. It tells you where it goes. Because remember now, after you pay your tax, you're paying above 100%. There's one more other number we can do before we have to even look at connections. Steve, you want to come up? Good. How'd you do it? Explain it to everybody. Okay, what? Right. It's the first row plus your second row adds up to your third row. Now we got to take a look at constant or multiplicative structure. Where can you connect? Lee. Yep, there it is. Should do that. Times 12, right? What times 12 makes 102? Or if you've got to go backwards, divide by what? Somebody grab a calculator because I'm going to allow you to use it today. Once you know what the number is, the constant or the multiplicative structure, and once you know whether to divide or multiply, I will allow you to use calculators. So punch it in, Mike. Just be careful because if you forget or if you punch in something incorrect, I would always do it twice, maybe calculator. If you punch in something correctly, which was happening a lot last period, everybody was getting a different reading. What do you got? 8.5 is my tax rate percentage. Good job. It is, yeah. It makes it plausible. What goes here? Nick. 108.5, right. You now have everything that you need. What was the question asking? Go back. Tax rate percentage. Tax rate was what? 8.5%. And once that matrix is done, you can answer any question that they ask you. Total cost of the TV including the tax. Done. Yup. Raise your hand if this reference table comes in handy. Can help you? I'll let you on the test. I'll give you a blank one. You have to copy it over. You've got to choose and decide which one you need for that problem. But you have to copy it over. All right? I want to do one more with you, and then you're going to group up. You're going to finish the last page 10, and you'll be able to start your homework. What's great about this page is that every question is a discount question. What's tricky is it's laid out a little differently from what you're used to. So I'm going to do one with you, and then the rest you're going to do in your groups. As you'll see, there are 5 different items. The shirt, the pant, the shoes, the necklace, the sweater, and everything has a different discount. Okay? So you're going to start with the shirt. The shirt has a 25% discount, and it tells you the original price in this case. You have to use the matrix to figure out these 2 missing values. But it's laid out a little differently. So be careful here because when we do the matrix, the middle column in the matrix may not be the middle column of the way it's displayed up top here. Which table do you use of the 3 I gave you? Come on. You you got to be able to know. Yeah. Okay, because we're dealing with discounts. So I'm going to take my discount matrix. They don't give you a whole lot of room here, so you can't write too big. And I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to abbreviate a little bit. Discount saved. Discount I'm abbreviating as paid. And the total, but I also want you to put in parentheses, that's the original price. Should probably have done that on the template. I will for the test. So that's the first part. Then as usual, a column for dollars and a column for percent. There it is. Okay. Let's take what they've given us. Start with, don't forget that your discount is located right now below the item. Where does the 25 go? In fact, again, I'll call somebody up rather than try to explain where it goes. It's just easier for me to call you up and put it in where it belongs. Alright, NOS, you got it. Do it in red, Nick. There you can if you agree. Okay, great. We're up and running. What about 44? Okay, you want to come up? Two pieces is all you need to put together the rest of the puzzle. 100 goes where? Come on, Chris. Stay in red. The template page is like a cheat sheet. It tells you where that 100 always goes. It'll always go in the middle column for taxes and tips. And it always goes in the last row, last column of discounts. Now you have everything that you need to use to figure out the missing pieces, either using addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. What goes here? Shout it out. All right. 25 plus whatever it is going to add to 100. Where can you connect? See if I can see more hands up before I call someone. Starting to get better. All right, so where? There's my connection. And then you can do this either two ways. What times 4 makes 44, or 44 divided by 4? Stevie, 11. And then this 11 plus an unknown number's got to add up to 44, so therefore the discount of the amount you actually pay is, shout it out, 33. Now let's go back and put this back in the chart where they belong. They won't necessarily match up row by row. The amount of the discount is what? This is the amount you're saving. If it helps you, you can put it here now and it will help you. $11. And what about the cost after the discount, what you actually pay? Good job. 33. Sure, it's done. Okay? when you guys get into your groups, you're going to do the remaining items. I will tell you that when you get to the shoes, you have to scale down something. It's not going to go in evenly. Shoes, if you wanted to save to the very end, you can. As a matter of fact, the way it works, when you make all of your templates, the shoes is the last template. So that will always be the trickiest one. If you don't have key privileges, I kind of want to see it because I want to see how you're doing. And then after you check with me whether you're keyed or not, I'm going to have you guys try the advanced set. That's everybody. That's open to everybody. Because I will tell you, turn, if you will, to page number 11 for a minute. I don't want you to do this first, but I'm just going to give you a little sneak preview. Last year, page 11, nobody on the team could do it. This year, in period 2.2 is ahead, 50% got it right. That's a lot. That's 50%, including my non-advanced students. Wait, stop, JFR, stop. I told you, don't go ahead. And the reason is because I introduced this matrix teaching a lot earlier. If you can do the matrix, you can do 11. And if you can do 11, page 11, I guarantee you, no other 6th grader in this building will be able to do it because they learn this a different way. They try to do everything as TRF or TRP. You can't do page 11 using TRP. You have to use matrix. Okay, but I don't want to see this until everything else is done, so don't go right to it. It's not the first person that's done that gets prized. If you're able to do it after everything else is done, I may give you something we'll say. So you're going to all start on page 10. You work in your groups. Come and see me or go see the key. Then you can start on the advanced. Okay? And just be mindful of time. You have about 15 minutes last time.